No! Lewis, have you learned nothing? Lewis! Lewis! I'm getting cancer! When will this guy learn to stop making insane equivocations? A slur commonly used to put down queer people. Thank you, Captain F***ing Obvious. Lewis, come out of the closet. We all know that you're in there. I'm GeorgeNotFound. Nice to meet you. Honk honk! Lewis Mcclung is threatening my sobriety right now, you guys. Okay, so we're starting with Lewis. So, I watched like 5 minutes of this and then I was like, no, I'm saving this for later. I won't do this alone. I won't go without my friends, okay? I won't do it without my friends. So what, I'm gonna switch over to this. So this was 4 days ago, and then literally yesterday he posted another video. So, I mean, we're trying to coat post through it, you know? And generally, I would say that coat posting through controversy, like just, you know, put your head down and keep going, is usually a good way to go, I would say. Like 9 times out of 10, if you just like post through it, people forget, you know? And truthfully, I feel like people have forgot because everybody switched gears and they started going after cataclysm, which tactical misogyny based, we love that. But I thought it was really interesting because it was like, we're just cranking out the content. We just like don't even give a fuck. It's very weird. And then I watched a little bit of it. And so from what I have seen, and I'll just share this with you guys before we begin. Apparently we're doing the same thing where we're just making up like bullshit allegations again. So this is, Tubbo streamed recently and cleared up that Dream truly didn't make them sign NDAs. I understand he's hard to follow in this video because he was kind of losing it, but Tubbo clears it up. So go listen to him. So, hey guys, I just made another Hitpiece video. Go watch somebody else's content because I fucked it up again. I fucked it up again. Nice, dude. Nice. Bass. Love that. Okay, sick. All right, guys. Rock and roll. Let's go, lesbians. Everybody lock in. Oh, how embarrassing. I forgot to unmute. Okay, let's try that one more time. All right, guys. Lock and load. Let's go, lesbians.
Welcome, members of the audience, to a parasocial cesspool. The only thing that could possibly explain Dream, aka Clay's, continued success throughout the years.
I'm gonna be totally real with everybody in the room. I know like little to nothing about Dream, other than he did his face reveal and got like bullied off the fucking internet, which I thought was fucking hilarious. That's all that I really know about Dream. So, and all I know is he's terrible at singing as well. So that's kind of my baseline information going into this. I know that everybody hates Dream. Not really sure why, but I mean, I feel like I hate him too, okay?
Even 2 years ago, he somehow worked with Young Gravy. I mean, but that guy
Also, again, why are we wearing armor right now?
fell off too, so whatever. If you don't know anything about Dream and his continuing controversies that have cascaded over the years, this is the perfect video for you, because just the other day, Dream decided that this was the year he was going to reappear, and he was going to do it with style, aka calling about 15 million people a slur. The R word, to be specific. A word famous.
Are we really gonna do, like, the canceling for saying the R word thing? Is that really what we're doing, you guys? Is that really where we are right now? Like, I think about this, like, and you guys are obviously grace intact, right? With peace and love. Lewis Mcclung is, like, painfully late to the party. Like, in the same way that Brianna Wu thought that she was gonna get yes queened into the sunset by coming out as trans and being like the reasonable trans person. It's like you're like a couple of years too late to this kind of discourse. So if you're getting online to try and cancel somebody for saying the R word, like, you're way too late to the party, dude. Like, this would have hit so hard 2 years ago, but not today.
For insensitive pricks using it because other people tell them they can't. Yeah, Chad, calling people that doesn't make you quirky or cool, it makes you a mean guy. But, you know, I guess I gotta cut you some slack.
We had to censor asshole, and then we changed it to mean guy. Go outside. He's trying to wear armor to deflect from the painful, embarrassing Icarus cycle of making a complete fucking fool out of himself.
If you use that word, I'm going to treat you like a child, because you can't differentiate between using words that are rude and using words that are disgusting, you baby. But like, Dream, are you kidding me? What is this? What did you think was—
Oh my god, he didn't even say it. He posted a meme? Did he say it, like, verbally, or did he just post a fucking meme about it? Really? Ugh.
gonna happen. You know, if there's anybody on the internet who would have known that this would not have gone over well, I would have thought it was you. Just some transparency, I am the biggest Dream hater ever. I do not like Dream. I think
suddenly I think Dream is hella base, dude. Who else is a Dream fan suddenly? That's crazy.
that though there are things that he has been accused of that are not true, which we will go over, I still think he is a dumb, bad guy. Speaking of which,
A dumb bad guy.
let me introduce you to Quackity. Who is Quackity? If you ask me, he's a Minecraft YouTuber, but if you ask others, he might be one of the Minecraft YouTubers, famous for being on the
He literally just posted the meme. Dude, that's so fucking stupid. You could make an argument for, like, saying the R word or, like, calling somebody the R word. I just don't use that word because I don't like using it publicly or really at all. I don't think it's an appropriate word. But, like, there's a difference between, like, being like, hey, you're an R word, and then, like, reposting a meme that has the R word in it. Like, those are two totally different things, no? Like, maybe I'm stupid, but I would consider that those are, like, two totally different fucking things, but okay.
the Dream SMP, aka the Dream Survival Multiplayer server. Important to this story, though, Quackity created the QSMP, aka the Quackity Survival Multiplayer server. The idea was that a bunch of people from all over the world who played the same game, the big block game, the biggest game of the 2000s, and it would bring all these people together who would speak their native language. To make this a very seamless, effortless experience for those watching, they employed the services of a auto-translator for everybody to use on the server. If you ask me, this server was a great idea. In hindsight, it didn't perform as well as maybe some people thought it was going to, but overall, it was a very good idea. It's a very cool idea to have all these people come together and to make it so that all of these
Very
people
cool.
who do not speak the same
Super
language
cool.
can talk to each other and have fun. But you know what Dream was up to at around this time? After
What
the
was
Dream
he up
SMP
to?
is long over, he needed to find a new server to create. So he
Okay.
created the USMP, the United Survival Multiplayer Server. It was just an
Okay.
idea, and it never went live, but the idea was that a bunch of other people from different countries would come together and make content together. They went to such great lengths to make it a seamless experience for those watching that they used a live translator to make it so. Sounds a little familiar.
Okay, so he's complaining about this being plagiarized, but it never became a thing. Am I understanding that right? Like, he's like, oh my god, they were gonna do this thing, and I can't do this. I'm not smart enough to do this, you guys. It's really bothering me, and I just am not smart enough. I just can't. That's fine. I'm just gonna ignore it. I can't do it. So he's complaining that he, like, ripped this idea off, but then they never did it. Did I understand that right? Do I need to go back? Can anybody confirm or deny that that is correct? So, okay, so we're doing thought crimes. Okay, confirm. So who fucking cares? What? Who cares, bro?
Here, doesn't it? I'm not saying that Mr. Dream, Clay himself, copied Quackity's idea beat for beat, bar for bar, but I'm not saying he didn't, because, well,
How did he copy his idea if he never did it, dude? Like, what are you fucking talking about? He never did it. Oh, this is nuts. We're 3 minutes into this video. No.
Quackity pretty much didn't care and stayed silent on the entire situation. Do you know what Dream decided to do? Release a multi-page essay on Twitter defending himself when nobody asked him to. Great move, man. Generational dunk. True.
In the meantime, though, Lewis Mcclung would be in his inbox being like, you need to answer for these crimes. Silence is a confession. Dream, you have to answer this right now. Dream.
Well, I'm sure a bunch of people were yelling at him, hey, why do you have the same idea as Quackity? But this is a strange response. I mean, please, I'm not gonna read this whole thing, we have places to be, but I will summarize it in an interpretive dance. No, I won't. Clay just went on about, oh gosh, I just knew when I posted about this and he posted about this that we were gonna be in hot water. Everybody was gonna be so mad at us, but you know, when
Lewis is getting this wrong. Just watch Tubbo's stream. Can you give me a reasonable timestamp? I don't want to watch the whole fucking video. How long is this? This is a fucking 3-hour VOD. Is this even relevant? Is this even relevant? I feel like this is totally fucking irrelevant. Whatever. This is so far stupid and dumb. I genuinely do not give a fuck if somebody had a multi-international server or whatever the fuck, and then Dream was like, oh, that's a good idea, I should do that, and then he didn't do it. I literally don't fucking care.
creators talk these things out, we can really solve these issues, guys. It's really not that hard. And I messaged him privately, but he ignored me when I said this shouldn't ruin our friendship, man. I love you. Oh, I love you. Oh, I love you. He said I love you so many times.
That sounds pretty familiar, don't you think?
And it made me very uncomfortable, considering two things. He stated multiple times in this entire essay that creators just have to admit their wrongs and then we can move on. Said the never admitting and moving on guy. The second thing is that Dream kind of made it seem like Quackity owed him some semblance of explaining why this was all happening. He owed some semblance of, sorry community, something happened, insinuating that something happened. But Dream stated that they both came up with these ideas behind closed doors and there was no reason to apologize for anything because...
I just want to say as like a novel viewer, so let's like zoom out and look on the macro here really quick. I'm coming to Lewis Mcclung's channel because I want to learn about the Dream drama. Okay, I'm here to learn. I have my good noodle hat on. I'm listening. I'm engaged. I'm ready. I can't follow any of this. Like, if I'm somebody who's coming to Lewis Mcclung to explain this fucking drama to me and what the issue is, we're doing a really fucking bad job. Okay, so the fact that a novel viewer, I have no idea what's going on. Does it have to be like 12-year-old Minecraft YouTubers that know this, or is he just doing like a dog shit job of explaining this?
It was all a coincidence. And if it was such a coincidence, why are you saying that he owes the community some sort of like explanation for what he did? And why are you admitting that behind closed doors he ignored you? That's private, man. Why are you bringing that up when it has nothing to do with anything? And this was all just a huge...
Can we just do like some constructive criticism here? Do you guys feel like I do a good job of this? Like if I'm explaining something to you, do you feel like you can follow me? Like if I say, we're going to cover this drama today, and you don't know fucking anything about it, do you feel like I do an okay job of like telling you what the is going on? Because I am so fucking lost right now, and if this is what I'm doing to you guys, I'm so fucking sorry. If this is how I treat you guys, please forgive me.
Huge coincidence. It's a little strange. This whole essay was just Dream blaming Quackity for something he never said he cared about, and then continuing to ask him for some kind of apology or some kind of explanation, even stating multiple times that it was just a strange coincidence that they
you don't count.
both had this idea, which I would believe if neither of you really cared, but one of you really does and the other really doesn't, which it probably was a huge coincidence. Actually, I kind of believe Dream a little bit here, Mr. Clay. I believe him in the sense that I don't think there was any kind of copy.
You guys are glazing the fuck out of me. Oh my god, you guys stop flirting with me.
That was done on Quackity's side. I believe fully that he didn't do anything, but my speculation, my opinion, is that Dream caught wind of this idea somehow, because Quackity had to be asking people if they would be into this, and then somebody, trickled down the line and it got to him, and then he thought, oh, that'd be a great idea for me to do too. But then when they both released their ideas at the same time, it seemed like one of them was copying the other. So Dream felt...
I spread minor misinformation, like what, that your mom is gay?
to cover his ass when Quackity knew he didn't. There is no evidence here that Dream copied him at all, but I think it heavily points towards him being questionable at best. And do you know what Mr. Q said about this entire thing, Quackity himself? Do you know what his entire statement was on this? Yes, nothing at all. Nothing at all. He simply said on a live stream that he did on the day of this entire incident. Do you know what he did? He looked at his camera and he said, well, what crazy night it's been. Smiled at the camera and logged off. Legendary. Dream was clawing at the walls and trying to pull Quackity under with him for no reason. He had no reason to do so. And all Quackity did was...
I could have sworn my life that he bought it, but that's fine, November Ranger. Whatever, you got me one time. One time. Yeah, I'm at a big who the f cares right now, because like I really fucking don't. But I do really appreciate that there was like some drama, and Lewis was like, this is my fucking get out of jail free card. Let's go, girls. And no, this is very obviously not real armor, by the way, guys. This is like what you get at like fucking Spirit Halloween.
Must have been the wind. Half a year later, this is where shit...
Wait, what was that title card? Sorry, I missed it.
And all Quackity did was say, must have been the wind.
Okay,
half a year later, this is where
a
shit
year
gets
old.
serious, because Dream has been involved in some pretty heinous stuff and been accused of some very serious, heinous stuff. A lot of it can be disproven, fun fact, and that's coming from the biggest Dream hater I have ever met. Me. I think Dream is the troll who lives under the bridge, but when he asks you a riddle, there's no solution. He just wants to sing you a really bad song. I can't really... I'm sure you've heard all the rumors before. Dream likes kids, Dream likes to be a groomer, Dream is full of a bunch of tiny people who operate him like a giant mech house. All of the above are normal things that people accuse him of. But in this case, a lot of people really believed it. Dream himself even clarified that a lot of messages and receipts people showed were him. So you might be thinking, if it looks like grooming and he admits it was him, wasn't it? Before we get to whether it is or it isn't, first, the definition of grooming never states that it has to be a child.
Oh my god, I'm gonna... No! Lewis, have you learned nothing? You can't just fucking Google, like, fucking Merriam-Webster your way through these conversations, dude. This guy is just, like, a little bit less autistic and a little bit more gay jar. This is, like, neurotypical gay, just a robot. That's what this is. That's what this is. No! No, bro! Oh, fuck.
Somebody who uses their power, their presence, their personality to garner some kind of romantic or sexual connection with somebody. Or even maybe sometimes just get things from them, physical things like property. It depends. In this case involves many people. For instance, Amanda, a lady who posted her entire experience with Dream on TikTok. I'm gonna show you the clips now. Just a fair warning. She talks about a lot of vulgar stuff without really holding back, so I'm gonna have to bleep it out. But if it makes you uncomfortable, just skip to this timestamp. Okay.
To maybe February 10th is the time frame where we were sexting. He sent me a picture of his penis, and he sent me a picture of him nutting. I clearly... But did she just say nutting? Oh my god, Zoomers are out of control. Sent him stuff as well. I informed him that I was coming to Orlando in August, and it was suggested that we meet up and have sex. I was either going to have him come to my resort. I was at.
Did she just say nutting? Oh my god, Zoomers are out of control.
Sent him stuff as well. I informed him that I was coming to Orlando in August, and it was suggested that we meet up and have sex. I was either going to have him come to the resort I was at, or he was going to pick me up and bring him to his house.
Did she say how old she is in here? Does it say how... Did she start this by saying how old she was?
I'm gonna have to bleep it out, but if it makes you uncomfortable, just skip to this timestamp. Okay.
To maybe February 10th is the time frame where we were sexting. He sent me a picture of his penis.
So we don't know how old she is.
He sent me a picture of him nutting. I clearly sent him stuff as well. I informed him that I was coming to Orlando in August, and it was suggested that we meet up and have sex. I was either going to have him come to the resort I was at, or he was going to pick me up and bring him to his house. He told me that he has a chest full of sex toys that he was going to use on me. And to top it all off, he blocked me after seeing my tweet. You want evidence for that? Here it is. Oh. He blocked me. I'm not responding to bullshit comments. You believe me or you don't.
She made these videos directly following the leak of these photos. These were huge photos at the time. If these were real and in the context that people had claimed them to be, it would have been the end. The end for Dream. I don't think he would be living anywhere except for on private property behind iron bars. The biggest thing that really stood out to a lot of people in this specific instance was how much evidence there wasn't to suggest it was him. Until he...
Okay, so... Wait, how old was this girl? How old was this girl and how old was Dream? Anybody? Anybody? Does Lewis even say? I feel like that's kind of important, Lewis. I feel like we should know that information. Why are you not including this at the beginning of your fucking video? Lewis! Lewis!
He admitted that it was him, but then he also provided important information that all of these women, all of these younger women, were 18 when he talked to them. Or if they weren't, he was only friendly and not strange. And if you ask me, and this is not just because I'm a Dream hater professionally, right now I'm literally hating on Dream professionally. No. If you ask me, that doesn't clear his name. Even if they're 18, like I just said, doesn't mean you can't groom them into being into you, okay? Parasocial relationships are diabolical.
Groom you into being into you. What does that even fucking mean, dude? What does that even fucking mean? If you're courting a girl to date her, are you grooming her? Like, does he just not know what, like, colloquial usages of words are? Does he not understand, like, colloquial definitions? So she was groomed into liking him. So, dating is what that? Okay.
They are a parasite on the world, okay? On the internet. Without the internet, parasocial relationships still existed, but the internet only made them worse. Sure, a bunch of weird women would fantasize over Napoleon showing up in their room late at night, but that's not as bad as 30 million people following somebody and then that person cherry-picking which ones he talks to in...
That was literally what the monarchy was, bro. How could you say that about Napoleon when these dudes would fly girls from all over the fucking world to pick the hottest one to marry? I'm getting cancer!
This manner. You should turn up come quarantine, JK. Nah, you probably got the Rona. I'll see you after quarantine. Haha. You can get it from me, BB. Slurp that Corona yum coronavirus. Oh, bet. Yum. Dinner served.
Okay, so they were mutually sexting. And just to confirm, this girl was not a minor, right? This girl was of age. And they were, like, flirting in DMs. What's not clicking for me? Somebody hold my hand and walk with me. Somebody gentle parent me through this right now. You're telling me that he was sexting with somebody who was of age, and he's calling that grooming? Okay.
Quarantine be bringing the HORNY out of everyone. What the fuck? That's just you. Blah, blah, blah. Don't worry about it. It's just needless conversation. But apparently, the person who posted this said that it was just cringy, just so cringy and bad. He even sent pictures of his house. This is weird.
What's weird about it? If you're flirting with a girl, like, what's weird about that? Honest question. Like, am I the one who is out of touch right now? Like, what's weird about that? Like, you're sexting with a girl or you're flirting with her over DMs or whatever, and you're like just like showing her pictures of stuff. Like, hey, this is my room. Do you like it? Like, what is the allegation here, guys? What's the allegation here?
If this was a conversation between a man and a minor, this would be concerning. But now in the modern day...
You know, guys, technically, if this was between a man and an infant baby, you guys would feel differently. What is this, bro? What is this, bro? Are you fucking for real? Are you fucking for real? Yes, dipshit. If it was... The issue there would be that it's a child. Yeah? Hello? Obviously, the context is different. If two adults are sending sexy text messages back and forth, that's totally fine. I think it's cringe and weird, and I don't really like that much. But that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But if you go, oh, well, you wouldn't be okay with this if the girl was 9. It's like, well, yeah, obviously. What? What are we doing right now?
He's cleared his name almost entirely of these grooming allegations with these specific people, claiming that, yes, those are messages with me, but they were 18, or they told me they were 18. He got a legal team involved. He had an entire 1-hour video up on his channel. I think he still does. They cleared his name almost...
Bro, this is... Thank you for the $5 sign. You're 100% correct. This is like... Did you guys see that shit on Twitter where it was a guy who was like at college and he was like 20 or something, and a group of kids like catfished him into going to meet up with a girl who he thought was 18, mind you, and they like beat the shit out of him because they thought that 18 and 20 was a problematic age gap. Oh, God.
Entirely, he got a bunch of people involved to make sure that he cleared his name. And this, again, is coming from the biggest Dream hater you will ever interact with. I despise him. I want him up on the cross and tickled for the world to see. But this is not the evidence of his...
Kink posting. Lewis, that is fucking disgusting.
Blatant gastrointestinal discharge. No. Yes, if it was true, straight to loser hell, oh my god. but he proved it wrong. Oh, and that's a great thing, by the way. That's a very good thing. That means there weren't kids that were harmed by his actions. But he was still a cringe freak.
Yeah.
Weirdo. So to finalize it for all of you who don't really get it.
So he's just a creep weirdo, because I also think sexting is weird and cringe, but I wouldn't call, like, just flirting consensually with people who are over the age of 18 to be considered grooming, I don't think. Like, hot take, but I think that you can flirt with girls in DMs, and it's not grooming. I think that that's possible, but...
Get it yet. Dream didn't groom anybody, or at least we don't have any evidence of it, or he covered it all up. And I'm not saying that in bad faith, that happens all the time.
When will this guy learn to stop making insane equivocations? Just like the most fucking insane shit that you can ever say. Please Google the word implication. This dude is gonna get punched so hard in the fucking face by, like, a defamation lawsuit. It's gonna make the mustache like Daffy Duck around the backside of his fucking head. This is insane, dude. I'm not, like, obviously in these messages there's no evidence of grooming, but that doesn't mean that he hasn't groomed 1,000,000 fucking children behind closed doors, and we just don't have the screenshots for it. It doesn't mean that he hasn't raped 900 fucking children in a basement dungeon somewhere, but we just don't have the screenshots of it. Lewis, what are you doing? What are you doing, Lewis? Oh my god. What the fuck, dude? This is nutso. This is nutso, dude.
Time, okay? I'm not putting on a freaking tinfoil hat like he likes to claim people do. No, it's on my shoulder.
You are.
But literally, dude, as a content creator, don't talk to your fans like that. Man, come on. You literally have all of the power in the situation. Just don't talk to your fans like...
You have all of the power in the situation. Don't flirt with anybody because they might know you. How do you expect somebody who has like 1 million followers on fucking YouTube to not flirt with people? What do you mean? What do you mean, bro? What do you mean?
If you're gonna have an interaction with your fan, make it quaint, quick, and not personal, okay? Make it professional. Don't do that, all right? That's weird. Nicholas Cantu, aka Junkie Janker, an ex-Minecraft YouTuber, but you might know him better as the voice actor for Gumball from the amazing world of Gumball. See, if you were like me, a kid who grew up on Cartoon Network, I loved and...
Oh, that's 35 hits of psychic damage. If you guys grew up on Cartoon Network and then you cite Adventure Time. You didn't grow up on Cartoon Network, bitch. That's not growing up on Cartoon Network, okay? Talk to me about Samurai Jack. Talk to me about Codename Kids Next Door. Talk to me about Johnny Bravo. Talk to me about the original Hanna-Barbera fucking Scooby-Doo. I grew up on Cartoon Network. Cites Adventure Time. I want to die. I'm old. I'm the Crypt Keeper.
And still love Adventure Time with almost all of my heart. Gumball's in there somewhere too. Back in 2021, so 2 years before this incident that we're talking about now, Dream and him had a fleeting beef that affected Cantu very negatively. Nicholas Cantu, aka Gumball, made fun of his merch. He made fun of his merch line. Everybody was making fun of his merch though. Everybody was, you know, taking the shit out of it because...
Yeah, that's fucking trash merch. If I ever made merch, you guys, it would be so cool. Let's return to Lewis McDumb.
Actually. But then Nicholas's dog died, which if you know anything about Dream fans, does not spell good things for...
Okay, wait a minute. We got here to the... we just came in for dead dog. Hang on.
About now, Dream and him had a fleeting beef that affected Cantu very negatively. Nicholas Cantu, aka Gumball, made fun of his merch. He made fun of his merch line. Everybody was making fun of his merch though. Everybody was...
Oh yeah, that's okay. Now I remember where we are.
You know, taking the shit out of it because it was not great. It was really funny actually. But then Nicholas's dog died, which if you know anything about Dream fans, does not spell good things for Mr. Cantu. No, I'm not making fun of this guy. It means that the Dream fans who were already probably mad at him for making fun of his merch because they're parasocial and weird, all flocked to him and started making fun of him for his dog dying. Hey dude, wrangle in your problematic fans. Because fun fact, Dream is...
At what point are you responsible for your fans, though? Like, at what point are you, as a content creator, responsible for, like, every person that goes out and is a huge asshole on your behalf? Prime example, Lewis Mcclung, why didn't you rein in your fans that were saying racist shit to Denki Jabo because of the allegations that you made? Where were you in the comments of all the fucking horrible things that people said to him, like correcting every single one of them, when you specifically are the one that started that whole hoopla? If you're so fucking responsible for what everybody in your community says, where were you when everybody was saying crazy shit to Denki Jabu? Where were you? Interesting question.
Is not very good at stopping his fans from being terrible. One time, when his fans doxed somebody, a Twitter user who wasn't very famous or anything, but they still doxed them, he said, oh, it doesn't matter, man. It's not going to affect anybody, you know? A Twitter user with 7 people on it.
Are a person on Twitter and you have 7 followers and you get doxed on Twitter, the odds of you having something happen to you are so astronomically small, it's not even worth worrying about. It's not even worth it remotely. I mean, everybody that I know that is a creator has had their address leaked, has had their name leaked, has had everything leaked about them. It's very rare to have things actually happen. If you're on the internet and you have something like that happen to you, try and ignore it the best you can. Try and avoid it, and you'll be fine.
Oh, that's not that bad. It's not gonna harm them that much. Oh, fuck's wrong.
Are you, like, Don't answer this question, Lewis. Yes, I know that you are this dumb. What he's saying is that, like, the impact of somebody who relatively has no online presence getting doxed, getting doxed is, like, you're going to make it worse by calling attention to it, is basically the advice that he's giving, which is, in all honesty, like, probably pretty good advice. If you're somebody who's, like, really worried about that and, you know, you don't have a big online presence and somebody does dox you, the worst thing that you can do is call attention to it. Because if you're, you know, a fucking nobody on the internet, nobody's going to know, first of all, and second of all, they're not even going to know to look for it. But if you make a big deal out of it, obviously everybody is going to go and look for it. That's, like, generally most of the advice that people will give. Like, if you have ever talked to anybody who has been doxxed, they're usually like, yeah, dude, just, like, let it blow over. Like, don't call extra attention to it, because that's when people go out and start looking for it. And then it becomes, like, a big deal, right? Like, that seems like like, doxing is bad. Yes, doxing is bad. Don't do it. Blah, blah, blah. All that other good stuff. I disavow entirely. But, like, the general advice of, like, if you are doxed and you don't have a big internet presence or anything like that, you're just, like, a random person, like, just don't call attention to it and just kind of, like, leave it alone. Otherwise, you're going to call more attention to it than needs to be called. And that's generally the advice that anybody will fucking give you. Like, I don't know what to say.
With you? Don't say that. What are you doing? Don't. No. Basically, Dream both has a fan base that is very parasocial and parasitic and not very good at containing their emotions, and he doesn't try to stop them. So overall, it's a bad situation for anybody who tries to get involved in it. Well, at least it was. Now it's actually pretty alright, funny enough. I'm not in any danger, guys. I'm not saying that. But back to 2023, Mr. Contu gets drunk and high at a party, tries to get into a fight with many people.
Everybody wait! I'm drunk. I'm high. I'm drunk, and I'm high. Okay, sorry.
Not limited to people at the party, and the Uber driver who picks him up, and Dream. And then Dream decides to try and film it.
Saying particles are going to be one of those, and I'm going to be a statue erected in gold. So understand. I am like this because ADHD, autism, neurodivergent. I have ADHD as well. Right, but because you said that's what the mask is.
Which, if you ask me, is a little strange in the first place. That means you were either trying to expose this guy, or you thought
I couldn't even hear what the video was.
you were in danger from a scrawny little dude who likes to claim that he's as smart as Einstein. Don't pull a Lewis, man. Don't be stupid. Don't be stupid like
What is happening right now? I can't follow this.
I am like this because ADHD, autism, neurodivergent. I have ADHD as well. Right, but
dude, ADHD and autism based.
because you said that's what the mask is.
Which, if you ask me, is a little strange in the first place. That means you were either trying to expose this guy, or you thought you were in danger from a scrawny little dude who likes to claim that he's as smart as Einstein. Don't pull a
Lewis Mcclung, it looks like you would get your ass beat by a wet paper towel. Please do not come forth with the idea that people aren't reasonably scared of people that are unhinged. The world is crazy. People are feral. People are lighting fucking fires everywhere. The world is burning. You think that just because somebody is small, they couldn't whoop your ass? Like, a fucking newborn baby could whoop your ass, Lewis. Shut the fuck up.
Lewis, man. Don't be stupid. Don't be stupid like that. Basically, the whole internet was on Contu's side, or as they would say, Gumball's side. You know, it's just so much fun to watch Gumball just dog.
Can anybody tell me what the don't pull a Lewis is there? What is he trying to say? Like, don't be stupid. Don't be a fucking idiot. Don't make up shit that isn't true. Don't buy fake armor from Spirit Halloween. Like, what is the don't pull a Lewis there? Am I missing something? What was the don't pull a Lewis? Oh, you almost ended your career. Oh, well, whatever. Don't be asexual. Yeah, again, this would hit so fucking hard if it was like 2021. You guys, if it was 2021, this video would be fire. But unfortunately, we're really late to the party, and everybody just thinks the shit is funny now. We're way too late.
On Dream. Oh man, it's so good, until they realized that Contu had called the Uber driver the F slur, one commonly used to put down queer people for just existing.
I think you're a fat, right? So that's why.
A slur commonly used to put down queer people. Thank you, Captain fucking Obvious. I was confused for a minute. I thought that that was a term of endearment. Thank you.
You're really cool, Dream. I still want to fight you.
Yeah, that one. Not good. Not good word. Not a good word at all. It actually looks like he was calling Dream the F word there, but that's a whole other can of worms. Just know I was wrong. You know, has it ever really crossed anybody's mind that the
Then why would you edited that into the video, but you couldn't clip that fucking part out? Oh my god, they just let anybody have YouTube careers these days, you guys. They literally let anybody have a YouTube career. Holy shit.
The F slur and the word bigot sound very similar? Did anybody do that on purpose? Because it's really smart. It's really smart. They probably have nothing to do with each other, but I still want to give somebody credit for it somehow. But after that information was leaked...
Why would you embarrassingly demonstrate to the world that you're too stupid to read into like a joke? Oh, fuck.
He said that and he admitted to saying it and that he was very sad about saying it. The internet kind of just went, oh, there are two cringe lords who wanted to cringe off of each other and see who could cringe the hardest. And it was me when I show up to the cringe competition, but these two are already here? Yikes. So basically, overall, me when I show up to the cringe competition, but these two are already here?
Who here is the most cringe, do we think? it's a really fucking steep competition. Like, I'm not going to pretend that this is an easy choice. I know that it's quite a difficult choice, but I would say that Lewis Mcclung is infinitely more fucking cringe than Dream. Infinitely more fucking cringe than Dream. Okay? Dream thought that he was hot. Turns out that he was not. And then, you know, he tried to sing for a little bit. Whatever. I mean, who among us doesn't try to sing from time to time? But, like, Lewis, look at yourself. Look at yourself. And you want to come after anybody else for being cringe. Read the room.
Here. Yikes. So basically, overall, what happened is that Dream didn't really do anything. He was kind of just really cringy, decided to film a guy and then tell the entire internet that that guy said a slur and how bad it is that he did that. Give him 2 years, buddy.
Yeah, that was,
change your mind.
That was the joke. That was the
This
joke.
might feel familiar for some of us, but this is definitely not a closet. No, this is the in-between times where
I know he's filming in the closet. Oh my god, this is Harry Potter ass. This is fucking ridiculous. Lewis, come out of the closet. It's safe. Lewis, come out of the closet. We all know that you're in there.
I'm going to talk about some miscellaneous stuff that Dream has gotten himself involved with. He's been in so many different little controversies over the years, and he frankly can't stop. These all happened between 2023 and November, all the way to about now. We already talked about his problem with doxing, that happened somewhere in there, and he also had a problem with taking blame. He would never really take blame. He would always pass it to somebody else. But he also...
Take blame. I think you mean, like, accountability for his wrongdoings. Like, was he homeschooled too? Like, is there an explanation for why he's, like, honestly just fucking borderline illiterate? Is there a reason?
Knew Wilbur Soot. Do you know who Wilbur Soot is? Well, he wasn't really involved in this situation. It just so happened to be that Wilbur
got
a lot of his
guy?
fame from being on the Dream SMP. And then Wilbur decided to abuse his now ex-girlfriend.
Oh, no, different,
and that was a
different
huge,
one.
oh my god, it was a huge debacle. Oh my god, I have a video on it.
Who am I thinking of? Who was the foot guy? Who was the guy that was into feet? GeorgeNotFound was the tickle guy, right? Who was the feet guy? Oh, he's the biting guy. He's the biting. Who was the foot guy? No, not Dan Schneider. Rex Ryan? Was it Rex Ryan? Was that the foot guy? Ira Cynical? I can't keep up. I honestly can't keep up. Like, do you guys not see how fucking annoying this is? This is like the worst. Yeah, this is the worst game of bingo ever. Somebody was into feet, somebody was into tickling, somebody was into biting. I don't know. Sophie from Mars was into putting cigarettes out on people. It's like, that's how I identify all of these instances now, is by what everybody was doing at the time of their debauchery. That is not haram. I do not do that, sorry.
If you want to go watch it, but it's related to Dream because it's related to the Dream SMP, okay? Wilbur also pelted his dying friend with apples when he got slightly mad at him for doing literally nothing at all. This is the only time I'll mention Technoblade because he deserves to rest. Yes, there are plenty of other things that Dream has done involving him, or allegedly involving him, that are gross and diabolical, but Technoblade deserves to rest and not have people mention that bullshit with his name on it, okay? I'm just not gonna do it. If you know it, you know it. If you don't, I'm not gonna talk about it. Then, there was GeorgeNotFound. If you don't
Okay, this is the tickle guy. This is Ticklegate. This is Ticklegate.
Situation. Again, I had a video up on it, but I decided to get rid of it because people like Turkey Tom, or whatever he goes by, Tom Dark, I don't give a shit. A lot of people like him like to call men
he's mad because Tom Dark made a video about him. Oh, he's pissed. He's pissed, bro.
Boys and stuff like that when they defend women decided to say, yeah, but there's no proof of GeorgeNotFound being an asshole. Well, let me explain to you what happened. George, very famous guy, almost as famous as Dream was. They had a...
No! Are you serious right now? Oh my god. Oh my fucking god. Yes, this is who I'm thinking of. Okay, so this is fucking insane. I don't know if anybody remembers this. This was a while ago. GeorgeNotFound was like a fucking YouTuber. Chugga Conroy. Thank you. Chugga Conroy. Thank you. We're mind melting. Thank you. I'm not hallucinating feet. I was right. I am vindicated. Thank you. Anyway, Chugga Conroy was one of these like Minecraft YouTube dudes or whatever. And he was he went to like a Minecraft convention. They all had wristbands at the convention so they could drink. So it was a 21 up event. So anybody who had a wristband or whatever could drink, or it wasn't a 21 up event, but you would get a wristband so you could order drinks at the bar or whatever. They went to a party after the convention. It was like an official after party of the event. So it wasn't like at some dude's like fucking house or whatever the fuck. It was like an official after party. And this girl, Katie Bugs, came to the party and she had a wristband on. So he assumed that she was 21 and she was 18 at the time as well. So she was like 12 and like snuck into this party. She was 18 and she was the one who said that she was freshly 18 in her allegations against GeorgeNotFound. So she goes to this after party with a wristband on, the wristband that they had at the event to drink. She had on the wristband, was ordering and drinking alcohol at the event. They go back to this fucking party or whatever, and her and GeorgeNotFound are cuddling on the couch, like intimately, like they had been like touching each other and like cuddling and spooning and laying on each other and shit like that for like 2 fucking hours. And he tickled her. And that was like, that was her rape. That was it. Was that he tickled her. That, I swear to God, that was the whole fucking thing. Yes, that was nuts. I actually have a video about George Not Found on my YouTube channel as well. That was fucking insane to me. It's like, tickling is tantamount to rape, I guess. It's fucking nuts. Fucking nuts, dude.
Party going on. Katie Bugs, a very small YouTuber and I think streamer, decided I'm gonna go hang out with these people, and I also maybe have a little crush on George Not Found, so I'm gonna talk to him as well. We had text messages between each other, and it was a whole big thing, yada yada, they meet up. And then George decides to touch her inappropriately without her consent at all.
You're literally doing it again, Lewis! You're literally doing it again! You're literally doing it again! Where you're just saying shit! Where you don't look anything up! You don't read about anything! Lewis! I hate this guy. 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 I hate him. How many times do we have to teach you this fucking lesson? Twink Peter Pan? How many times? How many times, Ronald Weasley? Do we have to teach you this fucking... Oh my God. That's not what happened. That's not what happened. That's not... This is like... This is the Gen Z antisocial terminal online brain rot that has ruined an entire fucking generation. There is like, when you are engaging with somebody and you're going back and forth and you're into each other and you're kind of flirting or whatever the fuck, there's like this natural push and pull where you're testing limits with each other, okay? If maybe... So let's just hypothetically pretend that we are George Not Found and we're with Katie Bug, okay? This girl has been texting you and been like, hey, like, you're kind of cute. I kind of like you. When we're at this convention, we should hang out. And you say, okay, cool, sounds great. So you guys hang out together at this convention. You guys sit next to each other on the couch. You put your arm around her. She leans in to lay on you. You're like, oh, this is going pretty well. Eventually, it turns into like a little spooning position. You're cuddling. You're like... crotch to butt cuddling, and then you touch her stomach. That is a natural progression of escalation in like a tit for tat, push pull kind of flirty escalation to test limits. That is completely fucking normal. That is completely fucking normal. That isn't abnormal. What would be an escalation is if he was like, hey, I'm George Not Found. Nice to meet you. Honk honk. That would be a significant escalation. If you're making out with somebody and you touch their butt, that's not a significant escalation. This is so fucking ridiculous, dude. This is nuts. He just got crucified for this exact shit. He just got crucified for this exact fucking thing, and then he's doing it again. It has to be on purpose. This must be like his fetish, dude. That's probably why he dresses in his fucking, like, BDSM pirate outfit for stream. This must be his fetish, is to get, like, viciously attacked over and over again on the internet. Like, are we unwilling participants in fucking Lewis Mcclung's fetish? Is that what we're doing right now, guys? This is fucking crazy.
Oh, he then claims, well, she didn't say anything, so there was a problem, and so did the rest of the internet for some reason. She didn't resist. She still sat there with him and cuddled with him. I didn't fucking ask you. Who asked you? Weirdo, get the fuck out of here. But Dream is actually far more involved in this, because guess what he did? He decided to jump in and be like, yeah, I was there too. Katie's stupid. She don't know what she's talking about. And then decided after everybody was like, hey, Dream, shut the fuck up, he cried. He had an entire explanation and an apology where he cried his ass off saying, oh, I didn't mean to, guys. Guys, I didn't mean to. It's a...
Isn't that what you did literally like 2 days ago, Lewis? Isn't that literally what you did less than 2 days ago? How does one person have such little self-awareness? How? This is nuts. Malcolm Crash Out, let's go. Fuck.
This is all just to further draw the picture that the Dream SMP is full of a lot of people, and a lot of them turned out to be dickheads. Most famously, George Not Found, Wilbur Soot, and Dream. Now let's get out of the in-between place and back to current day. That's right, baby. 2025.
And there's more.
It's a big jump, isn't it? Well, a lot of stuff happened in the years prior between 2023 of November all the way to January of 2025. It's a little under or over about a year and a half. And a lot of stuff happened in there, mostly the rise of the man TommyInnit. Fun fact, Tommy and I are the exact same age. No, I don't mean both 20. I mean, we're...
2000 and? Did my dude just say 2000 and? So he's not even 21. He can't even drink, can he? Yeah. Well, I guess... No, he's not even 21. Oof. God.
We're the exact same age. It's like, it's really funny. Hey, Tommy, what's up? Birthday bros, yeah. Anyways, back to the topic. Basically, a lot of stuff happened, but TommyInnit, above all, was on his shit. He was growing, building his platform in the underground comedy circuits of the world, growing, changing. He started a podcast that is very, very important, and it kind of starts all of this, when you think about it. Like, nobody was talking about Dream until TommyInnit and his co-host on his podcast, Shut Up, I'm Talking. Nobody was talking about Dream until they started talking about him. And I overall think that's kind of what led to him thinking he needs to come out and talk again. But we'll get to that. Because though I have defended Dream for a lot of things in this video, this is when it takes a turn to him being a dumb...
I'm not gonna say anything.
Stupid,
we have to keep
dumb
going.
Idiot, dumb, stupid idiot. Like, really dumb. This is when he takes a turn into idiotic conduct where he presents himself like a dumbass. His conduct, his actions, and overall his demeanor has now fully been cemented in the world, and everybody knows who he is. But how did it start? It kind of all started, I mean, you can trace this all the way back to the first lizard coming out of the ocean. Yeah. But it all started with a Dextero article, lumping XQC and TommyInnit together, saying that they were cringe and that XQC was defending Mizgiff from Tommy and saying that Tommy is just a...
Literally none of these words are in the Bible. Like, and again, part of me is like, I don't know a lot about this sphere of drama. Obviously, I focus on different spheres of drama. But, like, I don't trust any of his retelling of any kind of event because he'd just be lying about shit and making stuff up. Like, this is fucking insane, dude. This is actually fucking insane.
Stupid and overreacting because Tommy said that Mizgiff was the worst streamer he had ever met, like, personality-wise, but that isn't part of this video, that doesn't matter. All it matters is why XQC was talking about it. Then, Tommy flamed his ass, compared him to himself, saying that, oh wow, yeah, you got lumped in with me, man, you're pretty cringe, showing a picture of him streaming with Donald J. Trump.
Dude, that shirt is fucking sick! Can anybody tell me where to get this shirt? Can anyone tell me where to get this shirt? I love this shirt. I would wear this shirt.
Yeah, that makes you a bozo and cringe on a whole nother level. I hate to break it to you. If you want to stream with Donald J. Trump, you're cringe as shit. That guy's stupid.
What are you talking about right now? Trump 2020... Trump 2024! Woo! Let's go, lesbians!
XQC, more like excuse me, you corporeal dumbass. And then XQC really, he just
so
really got back at him
much.
saying, oh, you make jokes to girls. Not real, man. You make jokes, girls. You made good career choices. Unlike this guy I heard about called Mcclung. You made good career choices. What a fucking idiot. Oh my god. I really got, XQC, you really got Tommy. You really got him. Ooh, wow. And then, of course, Tommy clapped back, and I'm sure XQC would have too, if Dream hadn't just shown up out of nowhere, said a slur to 15 million people, and expected everybody to be okay with it.
Dude, he didn't say a slur. He posted a meme. This is what this whole video is about. And we're only 20 minutes into this video. How? Oh my god, I don't want to be here anymore. Oh my god.
What is this? Actually,
spare
guys,
me.
I know you weren't talking about me, but why are you mad at me? Dude, let me get this straight. You hear your name mentioned one time in a beef between two people that don't involve you at all. You know, the only thing is that Tommy kind of is involved with you, or at least maybe he still is a little bit. We'll get to that. There's a beef between two people unrelated to you where your name was mentioned once, and you think it's your time to just come out and say a slur directed at, 15 million people. 15. You know, that might be blowing it out of proportion, okay? Yeah, TommyInnit has 15 million subscribers, and maybe more if you count overlap between platforms. But even if this was only directed to one
this moral frogging just doesn't work anymore. Like, nobody cares anymore. You're way too late to the party, dude. Like, people just don't give a shit anymore. Like, they don't. Like, people truthfully do not fucking care anymore about this kind of shit. Like, you're talking to yourself right now. You're literally talking to yourself. Nobody is like, sorry, like, go woke, go broke. That's all I'm gonna say.
Person, it's still bullshit. So the fact that he was like, yeah, all the fans of TommyInnit, y'all, slur. Oh, no.
And yes, it's actually really fucking painful. This is like, I would rather watch Amy Schumer do stand-up comedy than watch this shit, to be completely honest with you. And I think anybody who is familiar with Amy Schumer's work knows what a condemnation that is of Mcclung. I would rather watch, like, 4 consecutive Amy Schumer stand-up bits than one full-length Mcclung video. Like, this is fucking insufferable. Insufferable. And the most painful thing is that there's an audience for this kind of shit. Like, there are people who are genuinely like, oh my god, this is fucking fire content. Like, and that's the saddest thing. That's the saddest thing to me. The saddest thing in the whole fucking world. God.
Excuse me, slur. You don't do that. What is wrong with you? What did you expect? You knew people were gonna be mad at you too. You did not think people were just gonna be like, yeah, Dream, you cooked, man. You really cooked him, dude. Oh, wow. No, dude, you really cooked him. No! And what Dream decided to say is, I'm on the spectrum, I can say it. Not like that. Just because you have autism doesn't give you the right to be a dickhead to 15 million people. It never will.
I mean, and see, this is like the Achilles heel for me, because there has to be some kind of appeal to your content. You have to be able to balance, and this is hilarious because for how much Lewis drones on and on and on endlessly about nuance and tact and class, Part of that comes with being able to construct your criticisms very concisely, very directly, and very pointedly. Because if you made the criticism here, this would be a great time for Lewis to flex, but he won't because he's not smart enough to do it. The way that you would make this argument is that you would say, in order for somebody to reclaim a slur, you have to use it in an in-group way and not as a pejorative towards other people. So you could say, Dream is autistic and has ADHD or whatever. It is well within his right to reclaim the R word as somebody who is neurodivergent, because that's, you know, everybody's soy nodding along. Everybody's like, yeah, stunning and brave, stunning and brave. Yeah, so we're all here walking together, okay? From there, you can very easily make the argument that, like, it is okay for individuals to reclaim a slur to use is in, like, a reclamatory sense. However, that does not mean that in turn you get to use said slur as a pejorative against other people, especially other people that are also neurodivergent. That is, and obviously, I'm being a dick, and I'm being very superfluous in my speech because I can't stand people that posture as intellectual authorities, but they can't string an argument together in less than 2 fucking sentences to save their life. Okay? If you have to make a fucking 45-minute YouTube video to make that point, you should log off eternally. This is not for you. You should find something else to do with your time entirely. And it was the same fucking thing with the Danky Jabu shit. It's like, if your criticism, it takes so long for me to get to it because you can't just say it. You are unable to formulate a coherent thought. Loaded gun to your head. You would die instantly because you just can't do it. It's so fucking embarrassing. It's so fucking embarrassing, dude.
And it never did. I don't know why you, of all people, thought that it would. It's 1, unbelievably childish to say this and expect no backlash from it, and 2, unbelievably naive for somebody of your stature to think this way. And by this way, I mean that he posted an entire Reddit-like explanation, not an apology, an explanation of why he thought it was okay and how he's just kinda sorry, I guess. Genuinely still confused on what the rules are. Honestly, not trying to be obtuse. Multiple people go viral.
And if anything, this is honestly like the most autistic thing ever. It's like, I don't really understand the rules about like the R word. Can I say it or not? Like, unironically, like the most autistic interpretation of this possible, but don't worry, White Knight, Lewis Mcclung, self-diagnosed, fucking dyslexic dipshit is gonna come in here and try and save you from yourself. Don't worry, guys, he's got it.
Calling me the R word, and everyone explains that it's okay because they're neurodivergent. So then I see a meme that uses it and post it, and I get absolutely throttled for it. Let's take a break there for a second. Anybody who called you the R word in a derogatory, demeaning way, in any way to put you down, is in the wrong. Anybody who said otherwise is wrong. Like, literally, no matter who's saying that to you, they're in the wrong. I've seen many videos of people calling me the R word. Do you think that that makes me think it's okay for me to say it? No. Obviously, it's the internet being disingenuous, but that doesn't completely invalidate anyone that might be upset by it. Most of the people calling me ableist for using
all the pain in my heart
are the same people that lit off fireworks when Nicholas Cantu was the slur-slinging slasher, including Tommy's closest friends.
Good
it's
one.
Either okay or it's not okay. The double standards are infuriating. Hey man, I know what you're talking about and the point you're trying to make, but I think people really turned on Cantu when they heard that he called somebody the F-slur. I don't think anybody was very happy about that.
I don't think anybody gave a shit,
a lot of people, suddenly, when they heard that that was what was going on, were like, yeah, that's not cool, man. Yeah, that's not cool. Including me. I don't think it's very cool that he did that at all. And I'm still not.
If you guys want to know what's cool, do the exact fucking opposite of what Lewis Mcclung is doing, because this dork wouldn't know cool if he tripped and face planted into it.
Happy that you said bullshit. I have my own reason for having a problem with Tommy going around being the internet police, and I was expecting to get a lot of shit for going after poor Tommy that lies about me constantly. But obviously, I had no intentions at attacking every Dream SMP fan or being ableist LMAO. It was a dig at Tommy because somehow the worst of the ex-Dream SMP stans have congregated to make up lies and shit on other creators. And Tommy...
Oh my god, get a screen reader. God, learn how to fucking read or shut up, Lewis!
Experience, this is his opinion, right? It's a lot of people's opinions on the Dream SMP server. A lot of people who were kids, including Tommy and Tubo and other people like them. We'll get to them. Just give me a second.
Isn't it
a lot of people
Tubbo?
were kids when they started working on the DSMP server, and that's a problem when you
We're back on the server. Oh my god.
Because
brevity
Dream was a narcissist. He was very narcissistic. He hasn't been diagnosed with narcissistic personality.
Oh my god, thank you for clarifying that he wasn't diagnosed with NPD. It's almost like you have no idea what colloquial means. I'm gonna crash the fuck out. Are we almost done with this video?
I don't know, but narcissism
I'm gonna
definitely
fucking lose it.
The way he acted. He would be very controlling and very center of attention and very much feels like he was owed things for giving people their fame. So then to come forth only with, yeah, he lies about it. Yeah, prove it, dude. Either way, my lesson from this is that Twitter is somehow even less reasonable than I thought.
No, and he's still fucking reading. Is this the whole fucking video? Is him struggle fucking bussing through this?
In the first place. Oh, and don't use the R word under any circumstances, even if you see a funny meme and you're autistic. Lesson learned. Hopefully...
Yeah, guys, don't ever laugh at funny memes. Fuck you.
I can be forgiven. Back to coding. Are you fucking kidding me? Are you fucking... Dude,
are you?
Are you kidding? What?
About
As
what?
the guy who's known for not being able to take accountability for literally anything in his life ever, that's a crazy way. That's a crazy way to not take accountability. Lesson learned. All right, Twitter isn't...
Literally, we are being lectured by the walking definition of how not to take accountability. Like, if you look up how to dodge accountability in the dictionary, it's a fucking picture of this guy. It's this picture right fucking here. That's what you see. He's like, oh my god, when will you take accountability for your actions? Girl, worry about yourself. Worry about yourself. Why do you call attention to the speck of sawdust in my eye, brother, while you ignore the plank in your own? May he who is without sin cast the first stone, brethren. Come on, dude. This can't be for fucking real.
Isn't reasonable at all. It's fucking Twitter. But then you're gonna go, yeah, they're just not reasonable. You can't say the R word under any circumstances, even if you're autistic. Dude, you can say it, just not like that. Like, it's super easy to explain. You don't use it as an asshole would. It's that simple. If you were just like, yeah, I'm a drop.
You can just tell how out of touch with reality this guy is, because, like, point to me the autistic person who would understand if you gesture vaguely and you say, just don't do it in the way that an asshole would. What the fuck does that even mean? What does that even mean? What are you talking? Have you ever met a fucking autistic person? You can't just be like, dude, don't do that thing that's mean. You have to explain why it's mean. Like, what are you talking about? Again, Lewis, please find a different career path. This is not for you. The criticism that you want to make is that you can reclaim slurs, but you cannot use them as a pejorative against other people. You can reclaim it for yourself, you can use the word, but you cannot use it as a pejorative against other people. The word that you are looking for is pejorative. You need to start listening to some fucking Eminem or something. Get out the thesaurus, get out the dictionary, like fucking encyclopedia some shit, because your lexicon is fucking pathetic. This is like 101 level slur discourse, okay? People have been having this conversation since before you were fucking born. Lewis, you're late to the fucking party and you don't know what you're talking about. Shut the fuck up.
Slur directed to yourself. Nobody cares. Ooh, my bad, guys. Yeah, I shouldn't have said that. No, you're like, oh, I just can't. Oh, I can't say it. Oh, I can't say it. Oh, I didn't even know.
Wait, did he say the R word? Uh-oh, crash out.
Nobody cares. Ooh, my bad, guys. Yeah, I shouldn't have said that. No, you're like, oh, I just can't. Oh, I can't say it. Oh, I can't say it. Oh, I didn't even know. Who are you, a 13-year-old? And then Tommy responded directly to Dream's entire—
Your 13th birthday was like last month. What the fuck are you talking about, Lewis? What is going on? You guys, please, I'm crashing out.
Entire Reddit post and his tweet with this YouTube video.
So Dream, hello mates.
Pejorative means in like a disrespectful manner. So like anything that is used to like disparage a person that isn't like, well, now you're going to make me get all semantic, because technically speaking, a slur is something that only targets an intrinsic characteristic or something that can't be changed. So for example, if I call somebody like a trumple or a turf, that isn't necessarily considered a slur, because it doesn't target an intrinsic characteristic. Usually slurs target intrinsic characteristics like race, sexuality, gender, creed, nationality, things like that. Pejoratives are just phrases or utterances that are usually offensive in nature, that are usually made in a disparaging way to attack somebody's character or things about them. Like, it could be appearance, it could be the way that they talk, it could be any of those things. So for example, if I say, hey dude, you sound really fucking gay right now, that's a pejorative. That's not a slur. Gay is not a slur, but you can use it as a pejorative. Plenty of people have different ideas of what constitutes a slur, what constitutes a pejorative, what's the difference between the two, how do you tell the difference between the two, what's appropriate to say and what's not. Everybody has different ideas of where that line is drawn. That's where I draw that line. That's colloquially what it means when people say a pejorative.
Can't throw around the arse-slur, mate. You just can't. My mum worked with adults with disabilities, and since I was 12, I volunteered with her. These are real, fucking amazing people, who I think of like family, who actually get called this slur. And you do not just throw it around. It's impossibly immature and reckless and sets such a shitty precedent to everyone.
TommyInnit posted a YouTube video in where he talks about Dream holding shit over him for his entire career. He gave him a career, in Dream's words, and then he has held it over him ever since. He talks about how he's not very happy with Dream using the R slur, especially in reference to his own life and his mother, and how she works with adults on the spectrum, and how it really does not feel good because of how much home it hits for him.
4 years ago, you were awful to me. When I was 16, you gave me YouTube advice, and you held that over my head for years. You didn't treat me like an equal, and you made me feel small. The Dream SMP, a lot of your success just wouldn't have happened without me, streaming every single night on the server, and caring about everything as much as I did. And you made me feel small about that. And I was a kid. Shame on you, man.
And his mother, oh God bless her, and I'm not even religious. Tommy was rightfully very taken aback by Dream's words, because he had him blocked and everything, he said to himself, and then it just felt strange. The live stream. What live stream? Oh, the live stream. You guys don't know about the live stream? Whoo, baby. Basically, in the craziest live I've ever seen in my life, straight from Dream himself.
You didn't watch the VOD of your video, Lewis? That was the craziest stream I've ever seen in my life. I've never seen somebody crash and burn so hard. It was like the season finale of Grey's Anatomy, the plane crash episode. That's basically what that was. What I'm saying, Lewis, is that you were crashing out. I'll use smaller words in the future and explain myself ad nauseum so you can follow along. Feel free to get out your crayons and notepads so you can jot these thoughts down.
He decided to stream about everything that had ever happened in his life regarding the Dream SMP dramas, and also not let anybody say words in the chat whatsoever. A decision, it's one of the decisions. I'm not gonna sit down and watch this 2-hour stream with you because we all have places to be, and it's not listening to Dream for 2.5
You already used that line, Lewis, at the beginning of the video. Switch it up.
hours. He starts the stream off by saying, guys, I just wanted to keep this private, I really did.
I genuinely tried my best to handle things privately. I genuinely tried my best to, talk to everybody behind the scenes. I've had phone calls, I'll tell you.
This is just deja vu. This is just deja vu. This is literally what he did. This is literally what he did. This is crazy. This is crazy. This is fucking crazy. It's insane. He doesn't even see it. It's insane, dude. It's fucking insane. Let's continue to crash out, guys.
About. I've had interactions with people that I'll tell you about.
Oh, yeah, so the only logical conclusion is to say a slur directed at 15 million people. Yeah, no, that's the only logical conclusion I could think of, personally. In this stream, he talks specifically about how disingenuous everybody is when talking about him, specifically in regards to a stream Tubo did, talking about his experiences with Dream.
Also, just gonna be pedantic and annoying. It's in regard to, not in regards to, in regard to.
Following all of this.
Tommy and Jack and their friends? That's it. What if I go find a tweet from me, a negative thing I've said? I don't know if I've said Jack's name in the history of my YouTube channel or Twitch or any platform of mine since the Dream SMP was happening. I don't know that I have even said his name or acknowledged their existence in any way. And for Tommy, I've said nothing but positive things. I've said positive things about, oh, hey, whatever. I even tweet saying, I still have a lot of respect for everybody on the Dream SMP, so on and so forth. I've done nothing but be positive, and it's very. I don't think that Tubbo is trying to be dishonest. I think he's just trying to. Obviously, it's his friends, and he cares about them. He wants to paint them in the best light he can.
Yeah, man. When you think about it, Dream, a lot of people had terrible experiences with you. Tubo, TommyInnit, Jack Manifold.
Tubbo, please.
Have all had diabolical experiences with you. And what,
me.
You expect them to just be nice to you online when you treated those kids as a threat to you and your livelihood? Trick question, obviously. Dream says in the early parts of the live that he is only nice to Tommy and just takes the shit all year without responding. Hey man, that might be true. That might be true. But deciding to come back and start your return with saying a slur at 15 million people is not the way to do it. And you know that. That's why I'm so angry. You know damn well that that's not how it works. You don't get to claim, oh, I was quiet and I just took the shit and that makes it okay for what I did. No.
I can't. He's not doing a very good job of keeping me engaged as a viewer. Like, I just don't give a fuck. Like, okay, he tweeted an image, a meme that had the R word in it. That's what we have right now. Like, he's doing a really bad job of making me care. And I have the same criticism for Essence of Thought. You make it hard for me to give a fuck. Like, I just don't care. It's like, oh my god, that's it. That's it. This is the twink Essence of Thought. Everything's coming together in my mind. It's like, you can never just have a mild complaint. It's fucking the end of the world, right? It's the end of the world. It's never just like, hey, like, that was actually pretty fucked up and insensitive of you to do. It has to be like, no, dude, you, like, literally tortured an autistic person to death in a video game. It's never just like, oh, dude, you said something that was kind of fucked up and distasteful, and I really didn't appreciate that, and this is why it's an issue and why I think people should also consider it an issue. Is like, this guy is literally Hitler. This guy is literally Hitler. He would punch an autistic baby in the head if given the opportunity. It's like so melodramatic. It's like, we can have serious conversations about all these issues and talk about all these things because there's good arguments as to why, like, normalizing the use of the R word as a pejorative is bad. Like, there's a lot of conversations to have about that, but just fucking screaming into the void like, oh my god, he wants to, like, fucking murder people. It's like, it doesn't, like, oh my god, measured responses, tact, nuance. Like, where is the nuance that he, like, literally masturbates to? Where is that? Yeah, this is literally 40 minutes of my life that I will never get back.
No, man, no, stop it. That's all filler. Very much later in the stream, we can hear Dream talk about how there were a lot of 17-year-old and younger people in his Discord for the Dream SMP server. A lot of people who worked on the show. A lot of people were young, okay? And there was often pornography shown. In an incident he talks about, there was a image of two men being sexual.
Why is this the very end of your stream? This is what we should have started with. If we time travel back to one of my original criticisms of Lewis, is that when you're making hit pieces on people, put your best foot forward. Your strongest allegation should always come first. Because by the time you wheel out the serious shit, nobody gives a fuck. Okay? If there was inappropriate, not safe for work shit being shared in a Discord server with minors, that's what we should have started with. Why are we ending with this?
naked, I'm presuming. It was categorized as porn or corn for YouTube by him, and he says that he felt uncomfortable with this happening. But he always remembered that Tubo always, and all the other kids would always tell us
how looking back on some interactions that he had in the GeorgeNotFound Discord that he was uncomfortable because he was 17 or whatever at the time, and an interaction that he brought up was that in like one of the GeorgeNotFound chats or whatever, there was like a fan art image shown. Now obviously that's not something that should be shown regardless to anybody. It doesn't matter what the affiliation is, but for like whether I guess ages unless they whatever. But to give context, because I think it is important to this situation, is it was a bunch of Dream SMP people in a call looking at the fact that fans were drawing crazy like that and making fun of it and being like, oh my god, this is crazy, this is disgusting. No one should do this essentially. And to give context, like an image, I guess I don't know how to say this without it being kind of, it's not graphic, but like it is. I think it was like a Bad Boy Halo Minecraft character with like a penis and a skinny Minecraft character. Obviously, again, I validated Tello's concerns and was like, yeah, obviously that's something that you could make someone uncomfortable, and I totally see that.
Yeah, dude, why didn't we start with this? Why don't we start with there was not safe for work images being shared around in a server with minors? That's what we should have started with. Why? Because that's something that, like, I think would be worth talking about. Hello?
Obviously, if you're a minor being around something shared or shown like that, then you wouldn't want to be. But I also did express to him that the way that's being brought up, even in this context, is like almost as a way of like, therefore, these people are predators or whatever. Again, that wasn't something I did aware of, but it's also something that
this might just be something I'm picking up on that isn't real and isn't there. But he keeps saying that something is okay and then clarifying that it definitely wasn't him that did it, but it's okay, but I didn't do it, but it's okay, but I didn't do it, and I'm just.
Bro, that's you. That's what you have been doing. No, bro, like.
Picking up on that now, and I think it's really funny and stupid.
I definitely, even privately with GeorgeNotFound or whatever, I've shared ridiculously that, like, look at this is terrible. And so I did explain, like, you're looking at it through a lens of like, if these guys are super terrible, creepy guys, then look at this action where they shared, Skeppy, Bad Boy Halo, Minecraft porn, and that's a predatory like action. So it can both be not something that should be happening, something that's fair to look at and be like, hey, that's, hey, you should avoid having anybody on the channel with anything like that if they're 17, as Tubbo was. But the way that I kind of looked at this, I was like, well, no, I don't think anyone necessarily was trying to be creepy or predatory to anybody. It was people treating Tubbo like he was, just like them, like he was an adult, which probably shouldn't have happened. But it's something that Tubbo and Tommy both asked many times. They both said, don't treat us any different, don't treat us like anyone else, don't whatever. But at the same time, they're kids, they're young, they're minors at that point, so they're not, you shouldn't take their word for that.
You're fucking with me, right? No, you're fucking with us. No, you're making this up. You're making this up. Why would you say this if it isn't true? Why would you say that? You have to be under the influence of something. And you think that, you might think, Lewis, that's a crazy assumption to make, that he on drinking, he on alcohol time. I am assuming that.
Oh, fuck.
Simply off the fact that he was outstandingly dumb. How can you say, a bunch of kids told us to treat them like adults, so we thought it was okay to share in the Discord with them? No.
Obviously, that's not appropriate. And if I can just, for a second, like, what he's saying is, like, this was really fucked up and it was inappropriate and it shouldn't have happened. Like, in hindsight, it was a really bad thing to do, but I wasn't the one that was doing it. That's what I'm hearing. Is anybody else hearing that? Am I schizophrenic? Are the walls talking to me right now? Because that's what I heard him say. Was that, like, yeah, that probably wasn't appropriate. That wasn't something that people should have been doing. In hindsight, it really, we should have been doing things differently, but I wasn't the one that was posting that shit. Is that not what he just fucking said? Yeah, like, it's a concern of moderation, which ultimately would fall on him, right? If it's your server and it's being moderated poorly, that ultimately falls on you. But it sounds like what he's saying is, like, no, this was fucked up and it shouldn't have happened, and, like, it was pretty bad, but, like, I wasn't the one that did it. Okay, so he is saying, like, this is fucked up, it shouldn't have happened or whatever, but I wasn't the one that was doing it. I mean, that... Yeah, like, it's his server, he should take responsibility for it, of course, but it's like, all he's saying is, like, yeah, it was bad, it shouldn't have been happening, but I wasn't the one that was doing it. Off the alcohol, guys.
No, but it involved us, and it made us feel weird, so we thought it was funny to show it. No! Man, all you had to do was make this safe for kids or not have kids there at all. Like, you didn't have to let children be part of your SMP. You didn't have to. And I'm not calling you a groomer. I'm not saying you groom these kids. I'm not saying you're a PDF file. None of that. All I am saying is that you were negligent, stupid, and a creep for suggesting that a 17-year-old Tubo said, hey guys, just treat me like an adult. That makes what I did, Dream, okay. Eat my dirty son.
Did he ever say that it was okay, though? Like, I'm not rewinding this video. I'm not doing it. Did he ever say it was okay? Like, it was fine that was something that happened? Or did he not just elaborate right now that it was fucked up and that probably shouldn't have happened? Is that not what he just said? Am I dreaming? Am I hallucinating? Am I good? Am I off the perk? Like, didn't he... He didn't say that it was fine. Where did he say it was fine? I didn't hear him say it was fine at all. And this is the clip that he chose to include in his video. If there's a clip of him saying this was totally fine and based... Where's that clip? Why isn't that in this video? I'm off the park right now, guys. I'm crashing out.
Docs, you goat. When a kid asks you that, all you're supposed to do is go, yeah, sure, buddy. Yeah, sure. And then not do it. So what even is the point of saying that? You say that everybody used to share it, but not me. But everybody did, but not me. Which one is it? Huh? I think he did personally. I have no proof of this. It's all just assumption. And all of this is
I think that he was definitely sending porn to minors as well. That's just an assumption, though. I don't think he's a groomer or a creep or a pedophile or any of those things, but I think that he was definitely sending porn to minors. Okay, what the fuck?
Saying the blatant admitting to being weird around kids, and Tommy saying over and over again how much you just exploited them and treated them like shit, which is enough to make me not like you and frankly hate you. But also, for some reason during this stream, he decided to do this.
Well, I don't even know, like I said last time whenever I was every match, it's like, yes, guys, you know what? You know what I came to do this stream? You know what I came to do this stream, guys? I came to admit, finally, all of my evil plan, and it's come together! All of the members of the Dream SMP are under NDA, and they have been for years, and I've been siphoning every dollar they made from all the club that I gave them, because I made... Is he gonna honestly think that this is real? Is he honestly gonna be unable to decipher that this is a joke? Please tell me that's not what happens. I haven't watched this whole video. Please tell me that he does not take this as literal fact. Please tell me. Please, 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 please spare me. Every single one of them, and I have their parents' numbers, and I will have them executed. Executed! If they say another bad word, another bad word! And also, secretly, I hate all of you, because of your gender and your sex, and because I'm homophobic. I hate all of you, and I always have. You got me. But it's too late. It's gone through. The plan has been executed. I'll see you guys soon. In hell. Like what? Like
one, you sound like lemon grab, and two, if any of that is true, go to loser hell. Like actually get the hell out of here. Like but.
If any of that is true.
Frankly, dude, you need to shut up. And this clip is the reason I think he was under the influence of something, because everybody's gonna take this seriously.
Because nobody was gonna take that seriously. He was obviously joking. He was obviously fucking joking.
Seriously, even though it sounds like it's a joke. And he said it following like, oh really, you think I'm terrible? Guess what? It's all part of my evil plan. Everybody's under NDA. But I don't know whether to take him seriously or not about that. Like, you guys, please. I don't, fuck. Dude. I'm so mad. I'm so mad. I want to be off the alcohol right now. I told myself I wasn't going to drink today, you guys. Fuck. Lewis Mcclung is threatening my sobriety right now, you guys. Lewis Mcclung, alleged raper of children, is threatening my sobriety right now. Alleged, of course. I have no proof of this. I just think it's true. Therefore, it's true. It's like, what? We almost done with this video. You guys, let me know what you think, okay? I don't think he's serious about that. I think that he just wanted to, play into it and see what people would do or whatever. The reason I'm inclined to believe him about this is because he usually tells the truth. That's the funniest thing. He usually tells the truth, his truth at least, and usually it turns out that he's not a great guy. And in this case specifically, I wouldn't put it past him to have every single...
You can do whatever makes your heart happy, Gerald. I'm streaming on Twitch. You can clip on Twitch.
...member under NDA. I literally couldn't. I couldn't put it past him. Overall, I think he shit the bed with this live stream, almost as bad as I did. How are you going to address a bunch of people who were...
Not even close, dude. Not even fucking close. Yours was like a total fucking blowout. It wasn't just like a shit the bed situation. It was like a... We have to throw away your entire fucking mattress, okay? It wasn't like a little accident. You had a full-on level 10 fucking blowout, dude. Not even close.
...kids when you met them, as if they ruined your life. That's insane to me. Why would you do that? That's absurd. And why would you take this, of all times, to take this as the opportunity to be like, yeah, well, I put everybody under an NDA, and a bunch of kids asked me to treat them like adults, so I did, and I showed them pornography. Also, I'm a Trump supporter, and I can call anybody the R word if I want to. Basically, the modern day...
Is Dream even a Trump supporter? It's not been confirmed. There was a stream where he's holding up a Trump flag at one point. Dude, I literally own a MAGA shirt as a fucking meme, okay? That doesn't mean anything, alright? It's on sale for $1. It was on sale for $1, okay? It's for a bit. It's for a joke, okay? Come on. This is... Whatever. I think Lewis is claiming Dream is a Trump supporter because of tweeting his support of XQC who streamed with Trump. If that's the case, honestly, just log off. Log off. I have friends that are Trump supporters. I don't know what to say. Like, fallacious guilt by association. Guilt by association is not always fallacious, but this is a fallacious appeal to guilt by association. I can't even, like, debate bro this guy because he's so fucking dumb. He's so fucking stupid, you can't even debate bro him.
day timeline is that Dream really did end up sucking. Dream stated that Tommy would just say so much shit about him, but it turned out the shit did stink. And if anything else is true, like how he treated Tommy terribly and a bunch of other children who worked with him, if he did all of that, hey Dream, it's time to get into loser hell, buddy. Yeah, loser hell, oh, it's been waiting for you for a while. I don't think my original video about you about a year ago did you justice, okay? And I think I did this time. I showed all the things that you didn't do just to prove that you still did plenty of terrible things. Get in. Get in, buddy. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, and Dream, if you're seeing this, I really want you to know that I always hated you. And though your history is tainted with a lot of false allegations, making it seem like people always falsely accuse you, this time, it was your own admission and own action.
The false accusation that he said the R word one time. And he didn't even say it. He literally posted a meme that had the word in it. Oh, my God. Wow, that fucking sucked, dude.